So my name's Grant Colhoun, and the company's called Okanii. And basically we built a banking platform that does one thing, and really only one thing, which is we bring efficiency to the banking industry. So our technology reduces a bank's payment cost by about 90%, which is a pretty bold statement. And we make an even bolder statement, which we designed a platform that can actually allow the banks to be profitable moving 1 cent payments. And we actually think that the ability to do 1 cent payments will revolutionize what can be done, because we live in a digital world. Everything's being digitized, everyone's using their smartphones. So the ability to move 1 cent really empowers everyone, everywhere, and that's one of the things we want to do.
Give me a use case scenario as far as why you would want to make a 1 cent payment.
Sure, a whole bunch of use case scenarios. One that we're looking at doing in terms of the pilots that we're going to be doing with the multi-bank pilots right now is the publishing industry. So as you know, the whole publishing industry for the last 5+ years has faced a lot of challenges. We don't actually believe that subscription models or paywalls work because people aren't really adopting them. So we think the fact that there's not flexibility in payments, that they can actually charge what they actually think it's worth, it's what's caused a lot of these problems. So we designed a system that's so flexible that we can do 1 cent payments. Not only that, it does every use case in P2P payments, every use case in C2B, every use case in B2B, from micropayments to macro payments. So from a bank and a merchant standpoint, it really allows you to do anything from a flexibility. So for example, publishing, they could charge 1 cent an article, or they could charge half a cent an article. It doesn't matter. We designed it so efficiently that we give them all that flexibility.
Why can't a bank do this themselves? Why do they need you?
So if you look at the payments industry as a whole, all payments really fall into two buckets, or two models. One's cash, physical notes and bills. The other one's electronic transactions. Both of them have different cost structures, and their architecture is kind of old. Like cash is 2,000 years old architecture, and it's only good for face-to-face transactions. Whereas electronic transactions, and that's everything else, be it credit cards, debit cards, checks, bank drafts, all that. That's about 40+ years old, that architecture. And when you really look at electronic transactions, it's an identity management system. And identity management is very expensive. So the way that those systems are designed, they have to secure the entire ecosystem, which then makes it very expensive. So when you look at some of the studies that are out there, the cash model has about $1.2 trillion of cost, which we view as inefficiency globally. And electronic transactions has about $1 trillion of cost globally. So when we look at sort of our market size, we see $2.2 trillion of inefficiency in the current models. And then there's a whole chunk of the world, 4 billion people, or 65% of the world, that are unbanked because there's not an efficient payment mechanism for them to be part of that system. So we've built a platform that addresses all of that. And
what excites you about growing a business like this?
You know what, this one I really love, because I think we have an opportunity to fundamentally make the world a better place, which is what gives me my passion. I actually believe that the ability to move 1 cent in real time monetizes every conceivable business model. So every startup, every entrepreneur, everyone who's doing anything, if you're able to build a product or a service, if it's worth at least a penny, we give you a way to make money off of it.